mic, camera, action.
Ghost of Girlfriend's Past. We shot that in Boston. It was my first time to work with my now friend, Jennifer Garner. It was about my fourth or fifth romantic comedy in the last 6 or 7 films I had done. And the ones previous had done well, and I had kind of now become the rom-com guy. As I like to say, I took the baton from Hugh Grant years earlier and ran with it. So we shot that in Boston. Mark Waters was the director. One of the things I remember, and it doesn't have to do with the movie, but I remember, because I'm pretty bullish on my ideas on set, and when I have my mind made up, it's pretty. I'm not going to change it. Very seldom, anyway, because I've done the work to make my mind up. But I remember we were talking about a scene. He wanted me to try something a different way, and I was like, yeah, but look at the way I'm doing it here. I know this is true. I know this is true for my man. And he goes, you know what, McConaughey? You're never wrong. And I was like, well, thank you. And he goes, but there's more than one way to be right.
All right. Welcome back to Filmography, the show dedicated to watching every credited film from an actor's complete back catalogue from past debut through to present day in chronological order. Each episode, I'm joined by an esteemed guest to watch and discuss the next entry from the Focus Filmography and consider how it ranks amidst their career and whether we can trace any typecasting trends or topic traits or theatrical tics. Today, I'm joined by the miserly Angry Andy to discuss McConaughey and Mark Waters' Ghost of Girlfriend's Past from 2009. We watch, you listen, and hopefully watch along too. Evening, mate. We were just discussing just before we started recording. It's a bit of a dip for you, this one, isn't it? From your past journeys across the oceans.
Oh, it's a bit of a dip for everyone, isn't it? I think we all just sink together on this one. I think. God, yeah, what a dreadful film this is.
I've started off so many of these recently with saying, like, I've just got to thank you so much for like coming on and enduring the movie that you're watching, because again, like we were sort of touching upon this period, weren't we, of McConaughey's career? Like it really is kind of taking a nosedive. And as we'll discover in our discussion, but when I read a bit from Greenlights, he's kind of acknowledging that himself, that enough is enough, really.
Yeah, I mean, this film, I think, it's not the worst rated film on his list, but this film for me is the epitome of like the mire. It's purely in the mire. There is not one redeeming quality about this film for me at all. Nothing whatsoever. So yeah, this is it couldn't possibly get any worse. Which for me, I don't think it could possibly get any worse. It's dreadful.
And I hope that proves to be true. And you said like there's no redeeming features. It's mad when you think, Jennifer Garner, Emma Stone, Michael Douglas. There's some like big hitters in this, which are quality performers, have great quality work on their CV. Yeah. But yeah, this is not it, is it?
No, I mean, every single aspect of the film, the direction, the writing, the acting. I mean, to be fair, Emma Stone's just doing Emma Stone, isn't she? Which is, it's all right, it's good, but in the grander scheme of things, it's not enough to pull this film out of, sinking into Saturn's fucking atmosphere. It's dreadful. It really is dreadful. But like I said, the writing is terrible. And he as a character in this has nothing. There is nothing you can come away from this and go, what lessons have been learnt here? And it tries to play like there is, but there is not. It's all fake. You can see right through it. Coming away from that film, I don't know what positives you could take away. Like what lesson, what moral lesson or anything you could take away from it. And given what it's riffing from, that's an even bigger fucking crime. Yeah. It's an absolute criminal offence. Everybody should be arrested and incarcerated for the rest of their life for this, because oh man, I don't even know what they were thinking.
Well, as you said, it's referencing Christmas Carol's referencing Scrooge, isn't it? So really, we should be saying put them in the workhouse, right? Get them all in the workhouse, get them separating those rope fibers, smashing up the stones for making roads. Yeah. I mean, the fact, in my day-to-day life, I'm a teacher. I teach media and English, and obviously for a very long time teaching GCSE English, I have taught Christmas Carol. That is a book I know back to front and up and down.
Yeah.
And
likewise.
The fact we're still doing that now is because it still is relevant. It still has issues to discuss. It's still what's the word I'm looking for? Like as you use the word morals, like it still has like a place in society because we still have these issues that it's touching upon. This kind of the greater good and do what's right for everyone. And this totally misses the point, doesn't it? It scarily misses the point, actually.
Yeah, and almost dangerously so as well, because it plays a lot of the comedy in this movie plays to a specific things in terms of him being a Lothario and using women, and it tries to make an uncomfortable lightness to it at places that just really doesn't fucking work. And I know this film is from 2009 and things have changed since then, but even then, it's so poorly thought out from the top down, even from the first minute. From the first minute, I was from seeing this. This is the second time I've watched it. From the first minute, I was like, "Fuck me! This is what is this about? How have they got away with this? What are they even thinking?" And especially that what you say with Jennifer Garner in and other people like that, they're not voiced any sort of tonally. This sounds a bit fucking skew with, but it is literally like somebody's just gone, make him, instead of Scrooge, we'll put Hugh Hefner in there and then really skew all of that dynamic. And it doesn't work at all.
No,
it doesn't work from the first minute till the last. And like I said, everything feels false, feels completely ham-fisted and not in any sort of good way whatsoever.
And 2009 is no excuse, I don't think. I agree with you. Of course, times change and we evolve. But, before this, he's been in How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, which, say what you will, has a kind of balance to it. It has two main characters, the male and the female character have, for the majority of that movie. I know there's some people find issue with the ending, which I understand. But it has a kind of balance between them. Jennifer Garner's been in Alias, for God's sake, which was a show where she is front and center, and she is a strong, independent, intelligent woman. And she is the crux of this story that all these men can't keep up with. Like she is the I mean, you're going to use the word power, but she hasn't got any powers, but she's the most powerful figure in that show, and rightly so. So both of them know better.
Yeah.
The writers don't, as you said, this is terribly written. And it's like they were pissed one night and was like, oh yeah, Christmas Carol, it's so fun, isn't it? Oh, imagine if Christmas Carol was crossed with American Pie. That'd be fun. Yeah,
that's exactly what it is. It's exactly what it is. But then it's not done with any of the reverence of American Pie.
No.
All of Michael Douglas's scenes in this movie made me cringe. And again, with him, quite clearly he's just gone, I'll just fucking read it off a sheet or something. There's nothing else. There's nothing else there. He's there for the paycheck. And I love Michael Douglas as much as anybody. But this is dreadful. You can't possibly look and see his performance and go, he believes what he's saying there. You see right through every single fucking moment he's in it. And he's playing this Jacob Marley kind of character, isn't he? Where he's he's Jacob Marley, isn't he? But it's he's fucking hell. I can't even bring it out. He's basically just saying, everything you've been doing, well, you really shouldn't do it, but it was good though, wasn't it? And it's like, what are you on about? What are you on about? You're saying you should carry on. What are you trying to teach here? Nothing makes any sense. It doesn't make any sense. And this is an hour and a half long, and it drags as well.
Oh yeah,
because of how poorly constructed all the characters are. How poorly constructed the attempt at poignancy is. They're trying to drum up these feelings that you get from Matthew McConaughey's character, and you don't get a single one. So you sat thinking, what are you trying to show me?
As you said, there are no morals. There's no lesson learned. It's Michael Douglas's character is like his uncle, isn't he? And McConaughey's parents die early on in his life, which is obviously tragic for anybody to go through. And then this uncle kind of raises him, and he raises him to be like a Lothario. To what was his advice? Like, give women 2 compliments above the neck, and then give them an instant insult. This is his like, life advice for how to call women. Oh my god! And they show it like working in the bar. Terrible.
This is it. They show it working. I thought they were going to do something clever where his memory is skewed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when the woman slaps him, I thought, okay, we've got something interesting here. I couldn't fucking remember it at all. I was like, we've got something interesting here. Maybe this is where his memory's skewed about the facts and whatever, and he's taken the wrong lessons. But oh no, it works.
Yeah, because this is during the Ghost of Girlfriend's past section, like kind of where the title comes from. The only actual Ghost of Girlfriend, by the way, in this whole movie.
Weird. Yeah, I mean,
the Ghost of Girlfriend.
Completely wrong title, really. But yeah, there you go.
But you're right. Like, so when he is then the Marley character, he should be saying to McConaughey's like he's a photographer, isn't he? He should be saying to him like, "Don't be like this anymore," which he kind of does, but also while still doing it himself in the afterlife. To the point where the end of this movie, I know we're all over the place already, but I mean, whilst we're talking about his character, the end of the movie is him chatting up at the Emma Stone character.
Yeah,
he was Connor Mead's girlfriend and his first sexual encounter when he was 16. So it's Michael Douglas, who is 60-something, saying to a 16-year-old, "Come on, let's get it on." It ends on a fucking pedo joke.
It really does. It really does.
What is this movie about? Like,
it's just poor, isn't it? It's just poor.
Yeah,
and it's quite clear, you know, why things changed for him after this. Because, like I said, there's no way they could be any worse than this, because this is dire. And I think if you're out there thinking this was funny or clever or witty, anything had a message, you're sadly mistaken. And I'll put that on the table. I'll say, no, you're absolutely wrong. This is because of the poignancy of the source material, dare I say, you know, what it's crudely based on. Because of that, and the way that it's mishandled and butchered, it's disgusting. For me, it's disgusting. And fair enough. We watch Muppet Christmas Carol, you know, and some people have said, that's a butchering of the work. But in terms of watching it with kids and whatever, it's a great way to show the movie. But it still holds the fundamentals of what makes that story work. He even uses, you know, dialogue and story lifted straight from the page. It's not perfect by any means, but as an accessible route in, it's a great movie to show kids, you know, Christmas Carol and all that. This has nothing of that. It puts it on the table, chops it up, and goes, "Fuck off."
Yeah, we just want the template, really, don't we? We want the excuse to be able to reference it. I mean, even like we said, it's kind of like Christmas Carol cross with American Pie. Even American Pie, for all its faults, don't get me wrong, you know, the kind of stripping scene and this webcam-ness of it, which we all thought was hilarious at the time, has dated really, really badly. But even American Pie has a kind of heart about these are teenage boys, and they learn a lesson by the end, and to respect women and to prioritize relationships. It's not all about just having sex. It's kind of crudely done. It's not done in any kind of intelligent or sophisticated way, but it is done, to be fair. But this, again, just totally misses that point, because his behavior is just completely excused because he's redeemed by the magic pixie dream girl that he never got from back in his past. He never actually learns anything, really.
No, he just gets away with it.
Yeah, completely.
For me, he just gets away with it. He just gets away with all of his foibles, everything that he does. Like even being responsible for revealing this thing about the husband having, you know, a bit of a fling with one of the bridesmaids. It's like, well, that should fundamentally crucify everything going on here, but it doesn't, and somehow it all comes good in the end. And I'm like, well, how? That's a curveball that's never really addressed properly. It's kind of just glossed over. And he goes, "Oh no, forget about all that. Don't worry about it." Oh, but okay. What do you mean, forget about it? What are you trying to do? Oh, just think about how much you love each other.
Yeah.
Right, but you're partly responsible for the fundamental trust being broken now for all time, but we're not going to acknowledge that. It's done. Oh, well. Happy Christmas. I mean, is this...
He looks like McConaughey and he's charming, so yeah, fine. Yeah.
I mean, is this vaguely set at Christmas? I couldn't really figure it out.
Yeah, I don't
know,
but I don't think so. It's got a bit of snow, isn't it, where they're having the wedding?
Oh God, that's just as shoddy a fucking attempt at the rest of the film, isn't it? Oh, well, it's vaguely set at Christmas. Oh, we'll get away with that. Just like it's vaguely set on this, vaguely set on any decent performance, any level of acting. Well, it's vague directing. It's vague, the movie, isn't it? Good God.
Yeah. I mean, you mentioned acting. You're right. Like Douglas is not here. He's not interested. He's here for the paycheck. Robert Forster, for God's sake, turns up for 2 scenes in a paycheck.
Oh, yeah.
Anna Archer turns up to be like groped and to be like what's the word I'm searching for here? Like grope doesn't feel strong enough. She's like
manhandled.
Molested? Yeah,
molested.
Like, by the Connor Me character when he's really drunk, because he initially thinks she's a ghost, but then even when he realizes she isn't, he's like, well, I'll just keep going then.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. Are there any cops working? It's kind of sexual assault right now.
Yeah, absolutely. What are all these, quality people, names of note, good CVs? What are they doing in this movie?
Yeah, I mean, again, from the first moment with Robert Forster when he's there, Jesus Christ, that is massively tone deaf as well. Like when he talks about like
he's this, go on. Sorry.
Yeah, when he talks about Vietnam and Korea and all this, and it's like, are we really going? He laments a comedy film about it, and then he turns into a comedian himself, and I'm like, what is this? What is this at all? What you trying to achieve? And it carries on rather than being so like
tone deaf, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, massively tone deaf. And again, I think that could be a good descriptor, on like the IMDb list of like comedy, drama, just tone deaf, vapid, empty, redundant, completely misplaced. Just have those markers on it, because that. I mean, again, there's that bit towards the end of the film, isn't it, when he's doing the speech, and even that's massively tone deaf.
Oh, yeah.
The wedding, and it's like, what? Fucking hell! Like, I was just staring blankly, going, did I completely blank this entire film from my mind? And I must have done because a lot of this I was still like, good God, what is this? What are they doing? What are they saying? And that's a fundamental thing, is like when I'm sat there going, what are they talking about? That's a massive worry, because it means there's nothing there. There's no subtext. There's no deeper meaning. There's nothing. It's empty words that somebody's thought sounded funny.
Yeah, you can imagine these two guys, the two writers. I can't. It's like something like John Peters and Scott Moore or something. Let me double check. John Lucas and Scott Moore. Yeah, you can imagine them sitting around thinking how hilarious they were. I mean, they went on to write their Hangover, which has its detractors and it has its merits too.
Yeah.
You can imagine they probably thought they were hilarious, but that scene with Sarge was kind of I don't know, I'll say this and then I might have to backtrack. That was kind of the point when I realized, like, oh, okay, that's how bad this movie is going to get. Now, bearing in mind, before that, we've already had the kind of the photographer doing 3 different shots, the stripping Christina Milian, the shooting a arrow at her head, and then the Zoom breakup. We kind of already had all of that, and I was thinking, like, oh my God, like, this really is like a misogynist and chauvinistic, and like this is pitched really, really poorly.
Yeah.
But then when he first turns up for the kind of wedding rehearsal, and he gets Sarge, and he's doing the whole, as you said, MASH is awful because it makes a joke of what we all went through. Joke. Yeah. But the music in the background is like rah rah rah. It's doing the exact thing that he's. At that point, I was like, wow, these people just really don't get it. Like, if this is a comedy that's going to be from this point forwards, it kind of, does it want to be Airplane? Does it want to be Naked Gun? Does it want to be?
Yeah.
It had no identity, did it?
No, I don't know what kind of comedy this is supposed to fit into, because it's got slapstick elements. It's got, funny word usage, and people pulling faces, and then comedy shock horror kind of thing. Where ghosts are jumping out at him, and he's being shot by ghosts, and none of it fits. None of it works. at all. But it was the same for me when Sarge was saying all that nonsense. And I don't doubt, what he's trying to do with that scene at all. I don't think, I think he and probably, I can't really say anybody else. Like I said, Emma Stone. I think both of them have, they've done with what they've got there, haven't they? Emma Stone's quite clearly gone, well, this is just me. I'll play it like me. Perfectly fine. Yeah, all right, we'll have it. And obviously, Robert Forster's obviously gone, well, I kind of look like this kind of character, so yeah, I'll play it this way. Yeah. And it works in singularity if you take it away from anything else that happens, any of the other reactions in those scenes. If you take away any of the other reactions, Matthew McConaughey's reactions, the husband-to-be, those reactions, take away all of them, then it works. But all the reactions are mistimed or ill-judged. They don't make any sense. Like I say, people made a joke of all the people I lost in Korea, and then that turns into a joke, and you're like, well, so this guy lost people in Korea. We're making a joke on that when there's a joke already underlying that he's lamenting. What? Yeah, it's insulting. It's insulting, and I'd have to think, like, if there was like a Korean War veteran watching this, they'd be like, "You're taking the piss. Like, are you actually taking the piss?" Now, I don't know much about the Korean War, to be fair, and this film, they clearly didn't know much about it either, because they just made up some bollocks and tried to make fun of it and make light of it. And it's so poor. Yeah,
it's, as you said, it's like cut into reactions, and it's almost like woo reactions, or like over the top, whilst having intercutting between. We've got this weird trio of bridesmaids.
Oh, the weird trio of three sirens.
Yeah, they're like kind of sorority sister type, aren't they? Who are like, they're just there to get laid. But I also couldn't work out how anybody knows each other.
No,
because the ages are so all over the place. Like McConaughey, I looked this up. So McConaughey's 40 at the time this is being made. That's way too old for who this character is supposed to be. It's ridiculous. Because I was thinking, Breckin Meyer, like, he's in Clueless. He's in Road Trip. Like, he must be young. Actually, there's only about 5 years between them. So them being brothers, I kind of buy. And Jennifer Garner and McConaughey are kind of the right age for each other in terms of that work. I think there's a couple of years between them. But then the gap down to everybody else is massive. It's like Lacey Chabert is the bride-to-be, isn't she? And then all her girlfriends seem like they're still at college, as they call it in the States, and uni here. All of Breckin Meyer's mates look like they're from American Pie, essentially. They might as well be in high school.
That's why they're in it, though. Let's be honest. That's why those three are in it, because they're three goons, aren't they? Just there, like, because everything that's come before it or released around it dictates that these three idiots have to be there.
I agree with you.
To suck up to him. There's no reason for them to be there. No reason to give them any dialogue.
So cool. Yeah. How does anybody know each other? Like, why?
Yeah, exactly.
Jennifer Garner's character, maid of honor. It makes no sense.
Yeah,
like,
they're just all there, aren't they? Yeah, they're just all there. He turns up. It's like they've been there waiting for their entire lives. Like just stood still as stones, and they've gone, right, we're in now. Right, okay, this scene can begin. Like fucking Truman Show, where people just stood around waiting for him to come into shot. Then they activate. That's literally what it is. They're all just like robots. They're robots with no past, no identity. They are literally NPCs, non-playable characters, just stood around fucking waiting for the inevitable bollocks. And I think this film kind of fits in around about the time where Lacey Chabert's career kind of went off the rails, didn't it? To where she ended up just doing Hallmark pictures. And fair play to her, she's done fucking tons. Yeah. She's clearly gone, this is what I'm good at. This is what I enjoy. And belting, fair play to her. But I don't think, forgive me if I'm wrong, Lacey, I'm sure you're listening. I don't think she did anything mainstream after it. I could be wrong, but, Hallmark is Hallmark, isn't it? Fair play.
Yeah, she probably makes an absolute mint from that, doesn't she? But
absolutely.
I mean, she was in Mean Girls, wasn't she, before this, which was the same director. So I assume that's how she's got this role.
But like she was great in that film. That is. Yeah, the writing's on point in that film. It's perfect.
Yeah.
Inch perfect all the time. I mean, you have to be a moron to say that film's not any good. You know, even I can admit that Mean Girls has got some absolute quality to it. It's well written, it's well performed, it's well directed. This is the complete opposite. So you're wondering, with that in mind, what's the director doing? Why has he not just gone, stop this shit, All this is wank. What you two have written is wank. Let's redo it. No, they just plow on. Did they just need to rush this out? It's probably that, isn't it?
Probably. I mean, actually, I didn't look up when it came out. Maybe it was out around kind of the holiday season. So it kind of, quick, we get this out in time. So we've got the Scrooge kind of references. That would kind of make sense, wouldn't it? Yeah.
It's just so everything about this is just, like I said, from the top. No, it was released May 1st, 2009 in the United Kingdom. So the snow. The snow. There's Christmas references. Oh, man. Oh, it's just poor. So poor.
Shall we talk a little bit more specifically about the ghost and the visitation? Should we sort of break down the, as we're here, we're talking about kind of performances. We'll save McConaughey till last. Another guy who's clearly here for the paycheck. So we've got the build up we've done kind of really, and it's the wedding and Connor Mead is this superstar photographer and every woman wants to sleep with him. And then he turns up and starts messing up the wedding, doesn't he? And then he gets visited by the first ghost, which is an actual ghost of Girlfriend Past, which is Emma Stone's character. And we get quite a long section here. I was quite surprised how long this bit lasted.
Yeah.
Because you get several different kind of eras of his past.
Yeah. I only expected this to be quite a relatively quick section because I think Emma Stone was still sort of up and coming, wasn't she, at this point? So, yeah, I thought it was only going to be a very quick section, but she does get quite a lot to do and go over. And obviously, like you said, she is the only legitimate sort of ghost in this. Yeah. In that she died not long after their interaction. But yeah, with this section, as much as it tries to do, there's nothing really much to it, is there? Because we don't have any sort of moment when he's going, "Don't show me this," and I bring it back to obviously A Christmas Carol, where there's moments in that initial visitation when he's like, "I don't want to see this. Please don't show me it." You don't really get a sense of anything like that here because he's kind of like, there's my uncle telling me how to knob off with these ladies by insulting one of her friends, belting. It's great, and it's really good. And I've got to admit, I zoned out. There's several moments in this movie where I zoned out, and this is one of them because it's just a drag. It's just a drag. It's a drawl.
Yeah,
it's also not really informed.
No, this is where I was about to go. It's back to the writing, isn't it? It's back to the foundations again. Because you think about Christmas Carol, Scrooge has abandonment issues because he was left at boarding school by his dad, and he lost his sister. She died when he was away, so he couldn't be there. And he felt like the one person in his life he couldn't be for in this time when he couldn't save her. He couldn't save her anyway. Do you know what I mean? Because he wasn't with her. So he has all these actual, genuine, understandable, even by today's standards, psychological issues. Yeah, Connor's are, I didn't get to kiss Jenny at the school dance. That's what it all boils down to.
Yeah, I mean,
all his issues are it wasn't his first kiss.
Because it comes away from he's lost his mum and dad because he's like, it doesn't matter because I've got a cool
just
uncle
like
who taught me how to get girls. So belted up, who gives a fuck about that? But yeah, all of it is I didn't kiss this girl. Then we have these moments where we see him getting older. It very much just becomes McConaughey straight off the bat. When he's 18 or something at college. All right, cool, fair enough, believable. And he's sat around this chair, isn't he, amongst all these other people, basically telling them how he pulls women. And you're like, so at what point is he going to look at that from the outside in and going, "Oh, my actions are terrible here"? Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have. Like Scrooge goes when he sees them breaking up. Why didn't I just commit to her? Why was I so obsessed with money? We don't get any of that. We don't get him trying to sort of alter that pattern in his own brain of what's happening in front of him. We don't see him try and change anything, or make something different. He just kind of takes it and goes, yeah, okay, cool. That's interesting.
Yeah. Because they show Emma Stone's ghost shows him. We've got to talk about a weird reference. I don't know if you picked up on it. I'm sure you did, but we'll talk about it in a second. Or if not, I'm about to blow your mind.
It might be the part I zoomed out. Like, one of my several strokes that I endured during this film. Bring me water.
There's kind of a nice montage of Connor and Jenny reconnecting, isn't there? As you said, like in their kind of early 20s, maybe. And that's kind of the strongest part of the movie, I think, just because it's Jennifer Garner and she's always charming and affable and pretty and just a charismatic screen presence. That's kind of the strongest section. And then the lesson he learns is he shouldn't have walked out on her after sleeping with her. I mean, wow.
Who's the fucking idiot?
As you said, there's no arc to that. There's just like, you shouldn't have done that. And he's like, no, you're right. And
anyway.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, there's no like, look at what your life could have been if you'd made this choice. It was just, shouldn't have walked out. There.
It just plays out. There's no moment where he's stood there like trying to change it.
No,
there's no attempt, like futile attempt, going if I changed this, if I just stayed, there's nothing.
That's really interesting.
I'm not saying like Scrooge does the same thing, because he kind of just he begs not to be shown it, doesn't he? He just says, don't show me. I don't want to see this. I don't want to see, because he knows the mistake. He knows the mistake, Scrooge. He knows what he's doing, how he's ruined this woman's life, and then conversely ruined himself as well in the pursuit of money and power and all of this stuff. But here there's none of that. There's none of it. No. He kind of just stood there, and then we don't even focus on him when we're having this moment. There's that moment where he's pretending to be asleep, and then he leaves, and then that's it. We're taken out of it pretty much straight off the bat. And no, God, it's painful.
You made me think of something. You've raised something really interesting there, in that Scrooge does get so caught up in the visitations and the power of the memories and of the scenes he's taken to, that he tries to interact several times, even when he knows it's he can't. So like when it goes to Christmas Present, he is trying to like join in the charades and all that kind of stuff, because he's so like caught up in the moment. So that's a really interesting point you raised there, because
that's development.
Never does that. It's just
that's the development. That's always been like the development of Scrooge. Like and I'm talking from the books, how I've read it and how I've interpreted it. It's those moments where he's like, okay, this is him developing into the human being that's always been there, but has been covered by this greed and necessity for wealth and putting other people down. It's always been there. It's just been covered up by this miserly old man, and it comes through. That's what the growth in the story. It comes through in these moments, but then he sees what other people think of him, and that sort of makes him feel sad. So you've got that raw emotion of him feeling like nobody loves him, because he's done nothing to show others that he is caring and he is interested in all of this stuff. He's interested in playing games, and he wishes he'd had a family, even though he says families are for idiots, essentially. That's not what he truly thinks, and he knows it. It's in there. There's no depth to anything in this film resembling anything like that. Which is why using A Christmas Carol as the foundations for this film is so fucking criminal.
You're absolutely right, because we'll talk about the present in a minute, and like how they totally missed the plenty of good opportunities there, where they could have gone and what they could have tried to show. But the reference in the Ghost of Christmas Past section, did you pick up on what party Connor was at when he first hooked up with Emma Stone's ghost?
I don't think I did,
It was Mike Kripke's basement party. Does that sound familiar?
Mike Kripke? What is that from?
I know. I did exactly this when I was watching the movie. I was like, fuck, that's bothering me. Fuck, that's bothering me. And
that's bothering me now as well.
It's where John Connor meets Kate Bishop. No, Kate, is that her name? Kate Bishop meets Kate in T3.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
Yeah. Why that is in here, I don't know. But McConaughey's name is Connor Mead, so it must be on purpose, right?
Yeah.
So this is the same party where John Connor met Kate, met Claire Danes' character from T3. Yeah, this is the same party. This is where Connor Mead hooked up for the first time. It's such an important time in history, you see. It's such an important kind of, what do they call it? Like a confluence point where like really important things are happening.
My word. That is so deep cut. It's almost even more insulting. It's like, how dare you use something like that in this?
Yeah.
Wow. My word. That's fucking blown my mind. Not in a good way. It's terrible. It's terrible.
What a weird one to make as well. Like,
I mean, have they got any connection to T3? When did T3 even come out? Bloody hell. Hang on.
That's what, 2003, 2004, I think that is, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I did watch it in the cinema. 2003.
Yeah.
So was somebody involved in that film that did this?
Maybe they just really
Good
like
God.
T3.
Yeah, I guess so.
Maybe that's where
Enough
they got
to
their
put
kind of comedy stylings from.
yeah, because yeah,
Kind of makes sense, you know. Blow up boobs on a Terminatrix is kind of the level we're at here in this movie.
Yeah, talk to the hand. Oh, how dare you!
Doesn't have as good an ending as T3, this movie, though, does it? Let's be honest.
No, I think the ending of T3 is the only thing that saves it, isn't it? But then,
For sure.
we don't get anything after T3, do we? That really bumps up what happens in there. Oh dear, that's a sad tale on itself, isn't it? The Terminator franchise, but never mind.
At least this wasn't a franchise, right? We've got that to be grateful for. We didn't get Ghosts of Christmas Past, and Ghosts of Easter Past, and Ghosts of
Halloween.
Yeah, exactly.
Trick or treats past. Oh Jesus.
Although actually, maybe you and I should start writing these. I think it sounds like there's a bit of money in this.
Yeah, we'll get Lacey Chabert to do it. We'll put them on Hallmark.
Yeah. Okay. So we'd have to do Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds like a good one to me. Yeah,
We're getting her in all of them. Yeah.
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
So Ghost of Christmas Present then is A, not a ghost, B, not a girlfriend, and is a totally pointless, wasted section, right?
Yeah, I'll be very honest with you. I can't remember anything that happens in this section because it's wafer thin, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely wafer thin. I can't honestly. I can't think about any specific standout moment.
I'm looking at my notes here, and I've got nothing for this section.
No, because like I said, the ghost is his assistant.
Yep, who's not dead.
Yeah, who actually attends the party herself.
Yeah,
so you've got two of them, which doesn't make any frigging sense whatsoever. There's no rhyme or reason for why it would be her, really, except to try and say the way you see me is, what this is about. You see me as disposable or, just a tool. Maybe I think I'm thinking too much more than what the writers and the director thought.
Oh, no doubt, yeah.
But that's it. That's all I could really take away from it, is that he's been presented with somebody that he knows to try and elicit a reaction that would change the way he thinks about that person. And again, it falls flat to the point where there is no poignancy, there's no relevancy, there's no reveal. There's no reward either for any of this. Because, again, just going to Christmas Carol, this is the section when he realizes fundamentally where things have gone wrong and how it's affecting those around him and how they view and see him. Here, you don't get any sense of that whatsoever. Don't get any sense of it at all.
No, it's just his three exes that you broke up over Zoom talking to his assistant saying like he's a dick. That's literally it.
Yeah, and it's just as poorly written as that. Just as poorly written as that. There's literally nothing to it because you don't have a sense of who these characters are either.
No,
we only met them on a Zoom call. Yeah. Whereas with Bob Cratchit, and his nephew, we see them in the flesh, in person, interacting with him, having these back and forths, having these reactions against what he's saying. We don't have that. We just have all three of them screaming on a Zoom call at the start of the movie, which I was like, what, is this what the film's about? Is it these three? Are these three going to be the ghosts? That probably would have been more interesting if those three were the ghosts.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
This is how you've affected me, this is how you affected me, and this is how you affected me. This is what we had in the past, this is what we had in the present, this is what we had potentially in the future, but we don't get that. What?
Yeah, there's no equivalent to the Cratchits in this at all in terms of like him realizing impacts on. We do see the version of Fred's like party, because we see them all at the wedding, don't we? Like gathered together, talking about him behind his back and his brother trying to defend him a little bit. But yeah, that whole kind of most important section, as you pointed out, is just totally forgotten because they've got no way to realize that here in this movie and the setup they've created and the blind alleys they've gone down. There's no way to make this happen. I mean, you've just solved the film. You just made the film better off the cuff, off the top of your head, without even like trying, with having kind of, girlfriends segmenting what their life would have been together if he'd been a better person, they'd stayed together. So yeah, this section is a complete waste of everyone's time, and they know it. It's like in and out. It's gone by so quickly.
Which is probably why there's probably so much of those scenes on the cutting room floor. Which is probably why Emma Stone's part was so much longer, because they realized, oh, this is falling fucking flat, absolutely falling flat, because we don't know who these people are. We don't care. All three of them on this Zoom call together. I can't even remember whether they were aware that they were all seeing him at the same time.
No,
that's an interesting angle. And nothing comes of that. They're all on the call together at the same time, giving their own points. So are they aware? Are they self-aware? There's nothing. There's nothing to them. They're literally just three cardboard cutouts screaming down Zoom call, and it's no insult to them at all as actors, but they're given nothing. They're given nothing to do to change the direction of his character, which is exactly what this fucking point should be.
Yeah,
it should be where they're changing his direction as a character. And I can't even think what happens after this. What changes after this?
I'm sure they are named, but like as with most people, they don't need to be. Like they could just be called like hysterical X, like foreign model, like whatever it might be. Like, even like the like the bride to be. She might as well just be called like what's the phrase when it's like high maintenance bride, or like something like that.
Yeah.
They might as well just have these reductive kind of tropey. Like
tropey name.
It's pointless, isn't it? Like,
I mean it could have worked more in the movie's favor if none of these people had names.
Right, sure, yeah.
Because you just see them in the credits, go, okay, there's caricature, it's a caricature kind of thing. But no, it's this movie's not clever in any way to do anything like that, to utilize anything like that.
No, sadly not. And using the word caricature, fascinating, because of course, that's Scrooge's journey, isn't it? He goes from caricature as a character. Yeah.
Oh dear.
And then, the future section is just as pointless, I think. Like they put all their chips into the past section. The future section is this silent, like kind of white witch character. I don't know what her connection to McConaughey is supposed to be.
No, I don't get that. Is it somebody he's seen in passing before? Did I miss it? I really don't know.
It's never explained, is it? He just kind of goes, oh, if this is my future, that'll be okay.
Yeah. That's what I mean. It's like if he'd seen her on like the subway or get into a taxi, anything, any sort of connective tissue there, if that had been somebody he saw and maybe gave a bit of respect to, maybe one of the shoots, if it's somebody that's stood up to him a little bit and gone, I'm not doing this, and then walks out the shoot. There you go. You got a little bit of a nugget of somebody who's resisted him, and that actually turns out to be somebody who could be his future. Somebody who's strong, like Jennifer Garner, strong mind, strong willed, who goes, "No, you're a dick, I'm not doing it." It points towards potentially what the woman of his dreams would be. But no, there's nothing like that again because it's not clever. It's not. It doesn't utilize anything that's forward thinking. No Chekhov's gun, as it were. There's nothing. Absolutely nothing.
I like that. Chekhov's ghost. That would be a good one.
Yeah, well, yeah. No, but again, there's nothing.
No. What we get is a bar full of his exes, or like women that he's slept with, essentially, all going, you're a dick, you're a dick, you slept with me, you slept. But again, there's no substance to it. There's a kind of a nice shot when it looks like it's that kind of infinity tunnel. It's quite a nice shot when you see these women just stretching off into the distance non-stop. But
but that undermines itself because it's playing that for jokes.
Yeah.
When it should be a poignant moment when he's looking at the volume, the amount of people who he's just casted off and just been disposed of. As they say, as the Ghost of Christmas Present says to Scrooge, maybe we should, decrease the surplus population. Isn't that what you said? Bring something poignant the way that he's looked at women You know, in that moment, oh, look at all these women. Oh, you said they're all disposable or something, didn't you? You know, look at all these hundreds of women that you've just cast off and you don't care about, to the point where there's so many you don't even recognize them anymore. You know, and again, there was an opportunity there. You know, all these myriad of different women, you know, they're all faceless women to him. So why not do something a little bit spooky and creative with that? If they're all faceless women, why not make them faceless? Why not terrify him to the point where they all see him as one singular thing and he sees them as, you know, ghouls or something out to get him? There's nothing clever. Like I said, there's nothing clever.
Yeah, that's interesting.
There's literally nothing clever.
No, you're right. That would have been really interesting. Almost like a kind of fake chase scene. Like, I don't know how we remember this. A bit like in Buffy when Xander does the spell and all the women in Sunnydale are all chasing him, and it's because the spell is like a love spell and they're all in love with him. But obviously that becomes scary because they all then start competing to get him. Or like you said, like almost like ghouls chasing him to get the revenge on him. I sort of thought for a second we were going to get something good. For a moment, I thought it was going to be a bit like the Big Lebowski dream sequence. You know, when he's bowling and then he like goes under the girl's legs and he's looking up their skirts and he's flying through the air and it's clouds become boobs and that's made by really good filmmakers. That's made by the Coen brothers. But I sort of thought we were going to get like something here, and then they just screeched on the brakes again and was it's time. We've got to move on. Got to move on to the next scene. Which is the wedding, isn't it? Where he thinks he's going marrying Jenny, and you do get McConaughey. All right, which I was grateful for. At least I knew it was something I could talk about.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like almost like the Owen Wilson thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
we'll put it in because we know it's what people have come here to see. Actually, we just came here to see a decent movie, and we're not getting any of that.
No,
but hey, thanks for going. All right, cheers, really appreciate it.
Yeah. So again, like the reductive nature of this movie is the thing that changes him is seeing that Jenny's going to marry somebody else.
Yeah, which is
the thing.
Yeah, which is completely unconnected to any of the ghost, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And as you said, he's learned nothing about how he's treated all these women, and just cast kind of friendships aside. You know, the treatment of the women is the worst thing, but of course he's not really got any friends. He's treated his brother poorly. All of these things that you should be learning from it. It's not that. It's that I didn't kiss her and now she's marrying somebody else. So I better change so I can be with her.
Yeah.
That's the journey he goes on in this movie. It is not good.
No. And it's almost like, do we actually think he's learned any lesson really? Or is he just gone, hey, Jennifer, I actually really do like you. And I'm, how about we hook it up? Because clearly you still like me as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's pretty much it. There's no like, I'm so sorry for everything that happened. I've had a revelation. I've had an epiphany. I've had lightning strike my brain. Anything. There's none of that. It's empty. As you said, you referenced before, we get that one speech outside the car in the snow where it's like love conquers all kind of speech, isn't it? To convince the bride. And then Jennifer Garner's character's in the car. He didn't realize and she hears it. And then we get a speech, the best man speech at the wedding where it's like, do right by each other and have a lovely life. And I've learned so much over these 2 days. Have you? Where's the evidence for that? Because we've not seen any of it up until this moment. There's no evidence of it because he's destroyed a wedding cake. He's revealed an affair. He's done this. He's done that. He has been an arsehole up until that one singular moment.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it comes out of nowhere. It completely comes out of left field. And I know the same thing happens with Scrooge. They, from one moment, from night to morning, he's a completely different person. But everyone still has that sort of like, all right, what's going on here? And they embrace it. But here, you don't have any. It just doesn't make any sense. It just doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. Well, because we see Scrooge earn it, don't we? It's longer than one night for him. It's actually, he thinks it's like days, weeks, months later, doesn't it? Yeah, exactly. So like we see him earn it. We don't see McConaughey's character earn it. And as you said, we also see the reaction of everybody like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, this guy was a dick yesterday and now he's being polite and he's giving money away and we see like, whereas everyone here just kind of goes, oh, Connor, we knew that was in you all along.
Yeah.
No, you didn't. Like, there's been no evidence.
None of you believe that.
No.
And we don't get any of those reactions for people with Ebenezer Scrooge, because we get the end, don't we? We get the end sort of epilogue, as it were, of what he did going forward. So we had the initial sort of reaction of I'm going to help these people in the immediacy, but then it's what happens after that. It cements how he changed going forward for the rest of his days. Here, it's just, I'm changed now. And Jennifer Garner goes, oh, yeah, you are. Okay, then fine. We'll
You've
get
got
married
an
as
old
well.
Polaroid of me from when we were 12
Yeah.
in your wallet.
Yeah, great. Okay, cool. Sure. That's enough to say, oh, yeah, you have changed. You are that person from when we were kids. What? No, he's not. You know he's not. Everybody here knows he's fucking not. He's still got work to do to convince you all, but there's no semblance of that at all.
No.
He has changed in this instance, and that is it.
Yeah, instantly forgiven.
There's no further development to have. Yeah.
No, I agree. Yes, I think, when I first finished watching this on Saturday, I was like, oh, that's bad. And then when I then went to log it so I could look at it next to all the other McConaughey movies I watched for this, I was comparing it to what I'd watched previously. It kind of kept getting worse and worse and worse in my kind of estimations. And we know when you start like stacking it against, is it as bad as Wedding Planner? Actually, it's worse than Wedding Planner. Is it as bad as I was like, actually, it's worse than all of these. It's really worse than I thought it was. There's not many now, I think, that I'd say Failure to Launch is equally as bad, if maybe a little bit worse than this. Tiptoes is worse than this, but only because it's so offensive in everything it does. Much similar to this in a way. Like its message of that is like totally skewed and totally. Yeah. Is there much more that's worse than those couple of movies in his filmography? Probably not, unfortunately. No,
I don't think there is. I don't think there is, and I think knowing what we know, obviously from what happens here on in, there's a miraculous stroke of fortune, and I think he's probably very lucky that somebody's actually gone, no, okay, I see the actual actor you are, and we'll do this. We'll put you in these films going forward. Because fuck me, there was a very good chance here that I think this film in another universe would have absolutely sunk him entirely.
Yeah.
Because for me, this is the worst film I've seen him do. I was never. I'll put my hands up. I've never been, a mega fan of Matthew McConaughey. I think it is because of watching past movies like this before Lincoln Lawyer, before Killer Joe, and Interstellar, and all that. I think it was these films that I'd seen and been subjected to by friends. I think probably even the missus. I'll keep that one on the quiet. I can't remember. We have been together a very long time, so it probably was her fault. But yeah, having watched these films, and then even like Sahara, it's just really, really poor, and going, it's not very good, is he? The only other film that I forgot was actually him was Reign of Fire, because he's just not. It doesn't look like him. So young and seeing that in the cinema as well, I was like, I don't know who that is, but Batman's in it. So Batman's cool. It was way before Batman, to be fair, but it's still that. I didn't realize it was him, but everything else. I mean, I even remember watching U571 and thinking, that's not really good, is it?
No.
So I've never been a massive fan, but this is just, having watched what he becomes makes it even fucking worse, because this is the doldrums of him. For me, performance-wise, it's the utter doldrums. And by every right, it should have killed his career. And
you said it. He knows it as well. Like his performance here is nothing. It's a complete nothing bag performance. He doesn't care. He's just probably got a decent wage. It's the next one in this list of kind of movies that he's doing. I did watch a couple of interviews, and he was like, "Oh, it's great. This is where he met Jennifer Garner. They've stayed friends ever since." And so, fine, great. You've got a real life friendship with Jennifer Garner out of it. Good. Otherwise, you're right. There's nothing to this, and it is literally, this is the movie that broke him and broke this kind of cycle that he was in. We'll read the bit from Green Lights in a second.
Yeah.
Just sort of to reflect on what you just said, like looking back, this is movie number 29 now. And I would say at least half are really poor.
Yeah.
are like, 2.5 stars max on a lot of these movies. And there's the couple that jump out here and there that are decent, and there's one or two that are really good, but consistently poor. Whereas when I was doing the Stath, it was kind of consistently average. Yeah. At least you knew what you were getting. Like, you're going to get some decent action, and you're going to get a kind of a stoic Stath character. So even when the stuff around it was poor, at least kind of he was always consistently good.
Whereas you could rely on him to give you little nuggets of, somebody getting kicked in the face or, turned inside out. You knew what you were going to get.
Yeah.
But with McConaughey throughout this list, it's so up and down, isn't it?
Oh,
it's like, you can't bank on him. There's nothing to bank. A little bit like, forgive me, Jared Leto right now. There's nothing to bank. Mm-hmm. There's nothing to bank because you look at him and go, "What are we get? What are we getting this time?
Mm-hmm.
What are we getting? We don't know."
Yeah. Which, is interesting when you consider, like, this is another movie that, unfortunately, despite everything we've said, made a shit ton of money. So it cost 37 and it made over 100 million. So, there's nothing to this. There's no excusing it. It's terrible. The morals are awful. Like, any woman that watches this now clearly is just going to look at kind of the arc that Jennifer Garner's character goes on and is not going to approve of it. And rightly so, is going to say that, you shouldn't be forgiving this man and taking him back. I think all of that's correct. There's nothing to redeem or to recommend this movie by.
No.
And yet, when it came out in 2009, because of his status at that point, his kind of rom-com kind of leading man at this point, it still made a bunch of money. So
maybe the trailers were great as well. That probably helped.
Yeah, maybe. Should we delve into Green Lights and see what he has to say?
Yeah, go for it, because this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, if you'll indulge me, I've got a little bit highlighted, but there's quite a section around it that is quite interesting. How he reflects on it years later. So he says, "I was never too bothered by the consistent critical write-offs of me and my work." That's, as we've just said, all this era, like even the stuff when he's trying to do different movies past the rom-coms were going, they weren't making any money and the rom-coms were. So you kind of get why he kept going back to the well. "I enjoyed making romantic comedies, and their paychecks rented the houses on the beaches I ran shirtless on. Getting relative with this inevitability, no way this working class country boy was going to be condescending about the opportunities they gave me, no matter how categorized they were. That said, as much as I was enjoying the self-engineered ease of my life, I was becoming uneasy with a couple of things. One, the romantic comedy stopped presenting a challenge for me. I felt like I could read the script today and play the part tomorrow. Two, I was beginning to feel like an entertainer, not an actor. And what is wrong with that? I asked myself. I had good comedic timing. I had branded affirmative humor and delusional optimism. I kept as much masculinity in the neutered rom-com male as you could. And I succeeded in giving the audience what they wanted. Still, I felt like I was posturing instead of behaving, playing a part instead of being more of myself. What started off 15 summers before as a highly personal creative expression was nourishing my spirit less and less. Acting was feeling like a means to an end that I had no address for. And if this was all acting was for me, then I wasn't sure I wanted to act."
Interesting.
So thank you for indulging that, because it was a bit of a longer section, as you could tell from my stumbling towards the end. But upon reflection, he just knows, doesn't he? He just knows that.
Yeah, without throwing anybody under the bus, isn't it? It's a very diplomatic sort of acknowledgement of, at this point, he's not.
I'd kind of given up.
He's not acting. Because there is no acting in this.
No.
There's no acting in this. Not at all. Apart from those that maybe are trying, like Emma Stone, Jennifer Garner.
Yeah. It's interesting, you've mentioned it a couple of times, considering where this lands in his career, that it could have been a career ender, really. Particularly because, when he'd been trying other things, they were going wrong, and these kept making money, so he kept going back to the well.
Yeah.
But considering kind of the concepts of Christmas Carol and it being kind of a chance at redemption, it's really interesting that instead of it going that way, this proves to be the movie where I have to consider myself, actually Matthew McConaughey, not Connor Mead, as Scrooge, and I have to look at myself and what I'm choosing to do and make a change. Because this is that point where you see all these famous interviews. It was like for 2 years after this, he didn't act. He turned down every role. There's that famous interview where he says, like, he will never name what it is supposedly, but they kept offering more and more money. It was like 7 million, 10 million, 12 million, 14 million. And each time he kept saying no and no and no and no.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for the right role to come. And that was, as we know, for the next episode, is going to be Lincoln Lawyer. So yeah, it's really interesting that this kind of tale of redemption, which is shit as a movie, actually became the tale of redemption for him.
Yeah,
and
the actual parallel to the story.
Yeah. It's like his Rocky, I suppose. No,
yeah, but it fits, doesn't it? It fits, and maybe some part of that was in there. Maybe he's watched this film back at the premiere or something and gone, "Fucking hell, I'm literally Scrooge, aren't I?" But Scrooge in terms of where I am as an actor. I'm not acting. I'm not acting in this shit. I've not acted in any of the films I've done for 10 years or so. Who am I? What am I? I'm not this. I don't want to be this. It's clearly gone away and thought, I need to wait for something that's really going to challenge me and make me think about who I am and what I can do again. Where I was in the mid-90s, where I was during Time to Kill, and Amistad to a degree. I need to be back there doing these because these are the meaty roles that I want to do. Meaty roles with depth and resonance and a story to tell that makes sense. And still have fun with it, like Contact or do Interstellar. It's a fun movie to do, similar sci-fi, but it's got depth, it's got meaning. It looks fucking spectacular. There's a singular moment in that he can really chomp his teeth into, which I'm sure you'll no doubt get to, later on. But the single one-shot brilliance that he does in that movie, it's those kind of moments that there's nothing of anything in this film or the previous films in and around this time period. There's none of that.
No.
So, yeah.
You mentioned Rain of Fire. He's working there. He's trying there. He wanted to do something different. Sort of looking back at the list, when was the last time he really tried? I mean, I guess We Are Marshall. He was trying that's kind of Oscar baity about a real life thing, but he's fine. It's nothing special. Probably Frailty and Rain of Fire, 2001 and 2002 were kind of the last time that he was sort of doing something where he's actually acting and trying to do something a bit different.
Yeah, probably Frailty more than Rain of Fire, I'd say. But yeah, I mean, Rain of Fire was Rain of Fire a bit of a cry for help, maybe? Like I want to do something that's a bit more out there, a bit wacky.
Yeah,
he plays it wacky, doesn't he? And then it kind of just devolves from there, doesn't it? With Tiptoes is the same fucking year, and it's like you couldn't have two completely different, contrasting movies that just tell you two different things about this one actor. And there's no harm in doing different genres, but when it looks like he doesn't know who he is, and we later find out that over this time period he said he didn't know who he was, it speaks volumes, doesn't it?
It does.
It's crazy.
But thankfully, we're about to hit the purple patch, right? We're about to have a lot of good quality coming our way.
Yes.
He's on a great run for kind of the next, 5, 6, 7 years. Or certainly 5, 6, 7 kind of products. We're looking at probably my next kind of 9 episodes all being either good quality movies and or TV series, because I am going to cover True Detective, or good quality performances in a sort of average to middling movie, but he is at least doing something himself in it. So I'm about to hit a really nice run. So all this laboring through Tiptoes and Failure to Launch and Ghost of Government's Past is all going to be worth it for the next kind of 3-4 months of my coverage.
No, and I think it was True Detective that put him back on my radar. Or at least put him on my radar, because it was actually Woody Harrelson that stood out to me for that, and I was like, "It's fucking Matthew McConaughey! What the fuck?" And then watching that show, I can't remember whether that came before Lincoln Lawyer or not. I can't remember.
No, much later. Yeah, Lincoln Lawyer is next. My next film to cover.
Is it? Yeah. So again, I must have gone back to Lincoln Lawyer after that and gone, okay, well, he's fucking good in this. He must be good. He must be all right in that. Let's have a look. Let's see what he's doing. So that must have been how I've worked it. But obviously, a lot of time's passed since then. And then again, along with everybody else, was caught up in the reconnaissance, just absorbing all the movies he's doing, and then right up to Interstellar, I was like, this is it's fucking beautiful, isn't it? It's just beautiful. And then there's a couple of animated movies in there as well, which is not for me, but the daughter loves them, so who the fuck am I? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's one of those, isn't it? So yeah, there's a breadth of stuff in there. Oh, there's a stinker in there as well, which, good God.
Unfortunately, not everything could be good, right?
No. Again, it's one of those, like, the vast majority of stuff, like, I'm looking through them now as we're talking, the vast majority of stuff in there is, you look at it and go, yeah, good, that's a good movie, that's a fun movie, that's an interesting one. Yeah. Yeah, fair play to him for turning it around.
Yeah. All right, just before I let you go, I'm going to read a couple of Letterboxd reviews.
Delightful.
Okay, Critchy says, I've always complained that A Christmas Carol's themes, corruptive power of wealth, class ethics, the true value of life, aren't relevant in today's society. Thank God we made a version where Scrooge's main problem is that he can't stop fucking. Critchy definitely watched the same film that we did.
Yeah. Jesus.
That
should be the tagline.
Carol, isn't it?
Yeah.
Scrooge can't stop fucking. Dottie says, if Matthew McConaughey started a cult, I'd immediately join it. No questions asked. And Jennifer Garner makes my heart warm. But Conor can suck it.
Yeah, definitely. Fucking hell, yeah, Jesus.
All right, last one. Alea says, so, Matthew McConaughey was great. Gosh, I love Matthew McConaughey. Who wouldn't resist Matthew McConaughey? My favourite part was when Matthew McConaughey did the Matthew McConaughey thing. And oh my God, I was like, Matthew McConaughey, I love you. In all seriousness, I actually enjoyed the movie. Emma Stone was so funny and great. Jennifer Garner always has that charm and she's so sweet. Michael Douglas was so funny too. And don't get me started on Matthew McConaughey again.
Okay, we will. Don't worry.
There are some people that are positive.
Yeah, and like I said, it baffles me, doesn't it? No, yeah, cards on the table. I think you're telling lies there, Alea, whatever your name is. I think you're. Are you in the cult? Along with you and Jared Leto's cult as well, maybe? Who knows? But yeah, good God, that's a dreadful one. There's some funny ones on Rotten Tomatoes. They're just, I don't know. I can't take anything serious off Rotten Tomatoes, can you? But there's funny ones on IMDb as well. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
It isn't rated as low as I would have thought, actually. 5.8 on IMDb, 2.5 on Letterboxd. These are pretty reviews. I'm surprised.
Yeah, hang on. 40% audience rate thingy on Rotten Tomatoes. But again, that's a weird scoring system, isn't it? I don't take any stock from Rotten Tomatoes. But it's not as bad as a score as you think, but it doesn't take away from the fact that I think this is the worst film he's ever done.
So surprising nobody, this is not a classic, right?
Oh God, no. I mean, it's one of those weird sort of things, isn't it? You've got to have this film to have what we have going forward. Like you said, it is literally that point in time. It's a fixed point, like in the Avengers, or it's a fixed point in time which has to exist. If we can't remove that time, because if we do, we lose everything that we got going forward. Other actors would have been in the roles that he does going forward, but they wouldn't work because they're quintessentially McConaughey movies, aren't they? What comes later? So it is literally that fixed point. We have to have this movie to have the brilliance that comes forward. So in a weird sort of way, you have to see this film to see how low he goes, to see how good he becomes. And it's dreadful. I wouldn't recommend anybody watch this movie, but if you're fascinated to see how close he is to cataclysmic failure as an actor, this is it.
So actually, on my sliding scale of classic worth catching, completest only, you would argue this is worth catching because of that reason, would you?
Yeah, in a sick sort of way, yes.
All right.
Because put my cards on the table because I'm an absolute sicko, and I've watched terrible movies before. I've watched so many terrible movies, most of them coming from our mutual friend, Mr. Spider Dan. I've seen so many terrible movies before. There's none that really have that sort of moment when you go, he can, the realization that comes from it. Nobody's as bad as they are than in this movie. No one. Lacey Shaber, no, because she's made a great career for herself going forward. Jennifer Garner, she's done what she's done going forward, and she's come back to the fore very recently in Deadpool and Wolverine. Nobody is as poor as they are in this movie. So arguably, this movie is great for everyone because they've all gone, fuck this shit. Everything here was wank, and we're gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix myself. Gonna fix this, and do better things going forward. Fair enough. So on your sliding scale, yes, I think you do have to see this to believe it. Really.
So Mike Kripke's Basement blew your mind. What might also blow your mind is that means that you have now just rated Ghosts of Girlfriends Past above Amistad, which you consider the completest only.
I mean, it's a weird thing, isn't it? I think it is a weird thing, and I'm thinking
your reasoning is totally sound. Yeah,
I'm just thinking purely on the basis, like, what do you mean McConaughey was close to having no career? Have you seen Ghosts of Girlfriends Past? No,
sure.
Watch that and then watch The Lincoln Lawyer and come back to me, and then we'll talk. That's literally the dialogue you have. Watch Ghosts of Girlfriends Past, then watch Interstellar, come back and we'll talk. Because he's a different actor. Like you said, he doesn't feel like he's acting. So this fucking film where he doesn't feel like he's acting, and then we get into Stella with that wonderful, beautiful scene that we get when he's watching the video feed. It's two different people. It's not the same person. Because this movie destroyed him. So you have to have it. You have to have it. You have to have it. It's the 1985. Like Back to the Future, everything points to 1985. It all comes back to this. Ghost of Girlfriend's Past is his 1985. It's his fixed point in time, like New York in the Avengers. It's a fixed point in time. So there we go.
I love it. Perfect place to go out. Cheers, mate.
No, thank you. Good God.
Wow. What is there to say other than bah, humbug? Andy really came for Ghost of Girlfriends Past, or GOGP as nobody's calling it, as hard and sharp as flint. But, let's be honest, it's no more than it deserved. Thankfully, it proves to be the turning point for our man McConaughey too, as we discussed on the show, who moves forward from this point onwards as a new actor from what he was. Of course, as always, talking about the film is a merry experience for me, so I extend my thanks to Andy for enduring it for a second and I assume final time. Thanks for you to the listeners for your continued engagement and participation as we journey through the McConaissance. That was Ghosts of Girlfriends Past. Next up in a fortnight, we enter the phase of McConaughey's career that we've been waiting for and referencing all along, as we discuss Eminem's transitional performance as Mickey Haller in Brad Berman's The Lincoln Lawyer, for those that are watching along. Until next time, be excellent to each other and make sure you take the time to treat yourself too. I am Jack signing off. Yippee-ki-yay, movie lovers.
You just gotta keep living, man. Livin.
Cut.